Hey YouTube, what's up YouTube family? I hope all is well. Let me double check the audio from okay. Good. I'm gonna live IG right now. Bear with me 1 second. Cool. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. That means we're here for D4d scholarship sessions. What's going on, IG fam? Let me type the name of this stream in the chat. This is episode 3. Episode 3, and we're titling it A Winning Scholarship Mindset. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Oh, gotta retype that in IG. I missed it. Episode 3, A Winning Scholarship Mindset. Cool. Good stuff. Well, this session is 30 minutes. Anyone who's new, I'll tell you who I am, tell you what we do, and what we're going to talk about today. My name is Danielle Jeffers. I'm the founder of D4d Degrees LLC. D4d Degrees is a scholarship coaching company where I teach students how to earn scholarships to go to college and graduate debt-free. I graduated debt-free from Virginia Tech last year in 2019, having earned more than $200,000 in scholarships. So I never took out a student loan while I was in school. I graduated across the stage, was able to graduate with a 3.7 GPA and a Bachelor of Arts in Communication. I majored in multimedia journalism. So it was amazing not only to earn my bachelor's degree, but also to do it debt-free. And this is what I do full time. I teach students how to do the same thing I did, go to college and graduate without any student loan debt. And for some students who come to us, our objective is to graduate with little student loan debt because they've already taken out some student loans while they were in school. So far, D4d Degrees has helped more than, the numbers are high. When I think about how many students we've reached, it's close to 5,000, I would say. And we interviewed a student last Wednesday. Her name is Ebony Bug, a student we've helped for the last 7 months, so throughout the pandemic. And we've helped her win more than $28,000 in scholarships in 7 months. And so on Wednesdays, we do these lives called D4d Scholarship Sessions. D4d is short for D4d Degrees. D4d Degrees Scholarship Sessions. It's like a workshop. It's an in-depth look at the scholarship process. Our first one was about letters of recommendation. The second one was about why is it so important that I graduate from college debt-free. It was titled, Why is it so important that I graduate debt-free? Hey, what's going on? And then this one is our third episode of this scholarship session series. And we're talking about a winning scholarship mindset. That's the focus. Now, in addition to that, on Sundays, we go live at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. And we have a 45-minute session as opposed to a 30-minute session. And it's called D4d Spiritual Sundays. It's where we look at life according to the spiritual aspect directly from the Word of God. So we look at scripture that correlates with the Christian faith. So those are our two streams. We do those both at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays and Sundays. This past Sunday, we closed out an 8-part series that we have been teaching titled Obedience is Better Than Sacrifice, directly from 1 Samuel 15:22. I'll put it in the chat, 1 Samuel 15:22. That series was phenomenal. And you may be saying, oh, is this a Christian company? Is this a, like, what kind of company is this? We're a scholarship coaching company. We're a for-profit. We don't title ourselves as a Christian company, but we do have the flexibility to teach whatever we're led to teach. And so God wanted me to teach the spiritual aspect of life according to the Word of God. And so not only do we educate you on scholarships and how to get your finances right, but we also teach you how to walk by faith and increase your faith. So finances and faith, if you want to look at D4d Degrees that way, you can look at it as an opportunity to understand the basics and the fundamentals of finances at a very young age, but then also an opportunity to understand faith and how it works and how it can be beneficial to you. And for me, I'm big on being very transparent and honest. Most definitely, I love it. I appreciate it. Only one Mari Body on Instagram said I hit every point. I appreciate it. I'm big on being transparent and honest and giving you the keys to my success. I give away more free knowledge and free information than I do information that people pay for. Why? Because I believe Everyone should have an equal opportunity to grow and develop and become the person they're supposed to be. Many times, and this is scripture, but we're not coming directly from scripture today. We're teaching about scholarships, but many people fail to make the best decisions because they don't have the knowledge about what they can do or who they can become or how they can overcome this obstacle. They just do what they're used to doing or what they've seen other people do because it's all they know. But when you obtain new knowledge, when you're able to see things from a different perspective, it gives you more insight on better decisions you can make in life, on the best decisions you can make over the course of your life. And oftentimes, and we're digging right into the topic for today, a winning scholarship mindset, oftentimes students take the path that everyone else has taken because that's all they know. And they aren't pushed outside of their comfort zone, or they aren't pushed to do something that challenges them. They may not have been raised to do things that make them uncomfortable. They may have been raised and conditioned to take the comfortable path in life. Oh, if everyone else is going to college, that's what you should do too. Oh, if everyone else is taking out student loans in college, that's what you should do too. No, that's not what you should do. And I'll be honest, a lot of people will look at me sideways when I say this, and they'll say, I can't believe you just said this. But college isn't for everyone. College is not for everyone. Everyone shouldn't go to college. You can say what you want to say, oh, that's going to affect your business, and why would you say that? Yeah. College is not for everyone. Just like high school isn't for everyone. And there are different ways you can obtain an education beyond high school. I'm only familiar with the American education system. I'm most familiar with it. But of course, you can go to a 4-year school. You can go to a 2-year school. What's going on? You can go to a vocational school. And you can also be which is a topic, a perspective, a take that many people do not look at as valid. If you look at your parents at the age of 18, after you graduate from high school, and you say, I want to self-educate, I want to be self-educated, they're going to look at you like, how are you going to do that? And what do you want to teach yourself that you couldn't learn at a university or a college? And what do you want to teach yourself? And how are you going to get a job? And how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to do this? Yeah. But I'll be upfront and honest with you. The decision I made in college was that I will go to school and earn this degree, but I learned way more beyond the classroom than I ever learned within the confines of a traditional classroom. I'll say that again. I learned so much more beyond the classroom, outside of a traditional classroom, than I did within a traditional classroom. And think about this. Your parents, we'll keep the conversation family oriented. Your parents, they went to school, they went to high school, they graduated, maybe they went to college. Let's say your parent went to a 4-year college, they earned their bachelor's. Oh, let's say they went back to school, they earned their master's, and they did it in a traditional path. So they graduated from college at 22, and then they went back and got their master's right after, and they graduated with their master's degree at 24. But now your parent, for instance, is 50 years old. Your parent is 50. They graduated at 24 with their last degree. How many years is that? 26 years. They've been out of school 26 years. I'm sure they have learned way more in their 26 years of life outside of the traditional classroom than they did when they were in it. But most people don't look at it that way. They think, I got to take this path that's already been laid for me. This is the only way I'm going to be successful. This is the only way I'm going to accomplish and achieve my dreams. It's not true. And I'll be very candid and honest with you. This is tying directly into what we're going to talk about today. But I didn't learn how to build a business from the classroom. I minored in entrepreneurship. That was my minor. I wasn't even a business major. I didn't major in business. I majored in communication. What do I do now full time? I build companies. I build structures. I help communities flourish. I teach the fundamentals to finance and money management. I do a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. All of my decisions are made from a business perspective, and most importantly, from a faith perspective. But what I want to say is, even though I minored in entrepreneurship, they didn't teach me how to build a business from the ground up. I had mentors and coaches and people who exposed me to what it was like to get up every day and work an around-the-clock job. Because running a business is totally different from a 9-to-5. A 9-to-5, you clock in and you clock out. You put your hours in. But as a business owner, I'm usually up before you. I probably work 4 shifts in a day. I work the morning shift. I work the afternoon shift. I work the evening shift. And I work the midnight shift. Because I have to make sure that we open on time. We are prepared to open on time. We close on time. that we're still running during the lunch break hours. And then on top of that, if the event that we have to open again the next day, if it's not a Saturday or a Sunday, we have to open again on time. I need to make sure all of our books are balanced, we're prepared, and we're ready to go before that next hour when we have to open. So I'm working around the clock. But that process of understanding how business works and learning how to build a successful business didn't come from a classroom. It came from real world experience. It came from self-education. It came from training. It came from so many different things. And so if you're taking a non-traditional path in life, do not belittle yourself. Don't think you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish. Sometimes doing something that no one's ever seen is the best thing you could ever do, because it will force people to see things differently. I'll say it one more time. Sometimes doing something no one has ever seen is the best thing that you can do, because it will force people to see things differently. So it's up to you. Which path is best for you? That's my area, y'all. I'm going to go cut that off, and then we're going to jump into a winning scholarship mindset. And I'll teach you why it's so important that you graduate from college debt-free and what you need to do up here to enable your success. Y'all hold tight. All right, good stuff. Let's keep going, y'all. So a winning scholarship mindset. I want you to think about it this way. If this is a traditional path that you go to school and you take out student loans to graduate from college, then what does it look like to be non-traditional? And think about the way education works. Education is built on a baseline. They build the curriculums, these degree programs, whatever, on the median student. What is an average student's experience? What does the average student do? The curriculum is not built for the general education curriculum, the everyday education curriculum. It's not built for an exceptional student or someone who's below average. They build out other programs to support that student. So for instance, if you were taking regular classes and not advanced classes, that curriculum is built for you. But if you want to take advanced or AP classes or dual enrollment classes, you will have to take a higher level, more intense curriculum. Then if you need remediation or if you need additional support and help to be successful, they have a curriculum built for you. But what does it look like when you take a path that not many people have taken and your footsteps are the treading that other people walk upon? So you have to be the first to do it and do it successfully. Now think about that in the context of what you're taught in school, and the conversations you have in school about going to college. Many people talk about college and tell you should go to college, but they don't necessarily tell you how you're going to pay for college. And if you're anything like me, and if your school was anything like mine, we were aware of college, but the conversations about picking your colleges and applying for colleges did not come until our senior year of high school. And so it's decision-making time. In this 9-month window, this 9-month time frame I have during my senior year of high school, I need to take SATs and ACTs. I need to write college application essays. I need to pay to submit these applications if I don't receive a waiver or if I don't do it during free college application week, which is a real thing in Virginia. I know for sure we have a week. I think it's in September, but you might want to double check. Every school is different. They may have changed the week, but they allow you to apply to in-state colleges in Virginia for free. I need to do that for the first time within this 9-month time window. I need to this 9-month time frame. I need to apply for scholarships for the first time, gather letters of recommendation. All these things you have to do for the first time at 17, 18, some of us 10 years old with a 9-month time frame. And you really don't know what you're doing. Do you think they're going to have enough time to teach you how to do it without taking out any student loans? Probably not. If they weren't talking about it before then, it's going to be tough for you to gather all that knowledge within that short time frame. But it is possible, and I'm speaking from experience. So what happens when you don't have the time to absorb and apply and practice before you have to play? If you know anything about basketball and you've heard Allen Iverson talk about there's this good segment that's often quoted where he was questioned by a reporter saying, we're talking about practice. You're interrogating me. You're asking me questions about practice. He played in the NBA, the National Basketball Association. You're talking about practice. Why don't we talk about the game? Practice is the area where you can make all the mistakes and you can learn. That's why I try to get my clients, the students I coach, and help them win scholarships as early as middle school. So we can spend all these years practicing, so you can understand how to become a better writer, so you can build the fundamentals and have a habitual nature of putting your best foot forward at all times. So we don't wait until it's time for you to play and you make all the mistakes while trying to be successful. If you would have practiced beforehand, your chances of being successful would have been a whole lot higher. And all these decisions that you make during your last year of high school, during your senior year of high school, they stem from a thought process. They stem from a mindset. They stem from how you think. Every decision you'll ever make, and if you've never heard me say this, I'll say it for you now. Life is a sum of our decisions. Every decision we ever make in life begins as a thought. I once thought about this, and then either I chose to act upon my thought or not, and that decision, that action produced this result in my life. It pushed me or propelled me to this place in my life. I thought about going to college. Then I actually took a step and actually toured a college and really liked it. And then I decided to apply, and then I was accepted. And then I decided to pay my fees and sign up to go to school that semester. That first thought of going to school led to the decision of you enrolling in XYZ college university that fall or that spring. And so if you haven't developed your mind, if you haven't trained your mind to have a winning scholarship mindset, a mindset where you don't take no as an answer, but you simply hear the response no, or you hear someone rejecting you for a scholarship, and you trigger that in your mind. Your mind processes that as not now. What do I mean when I say no means not now? Let me type that in the chat. This all goes into a winning scholarship mindset, and we're going to break it down today. No means not now. What does that mean? How does that even apply to life beyond scholarships? It applies to everything. No means not now means just because someone tells you no doesn't mean they're telling you no forever. And let's look at it from a scholarship perspective. If I'm saying no means not now, if you're applying for scholarships to graduate from college debt-free, you will receive more rejection letters. You will receive more no's, more people telling you, hey, I regret to inform you that you haven't been selected for this scholarship, and you will ever receive, hey, congratulations, you've been selected as the first place winner, or you've been selected as a recipient of this scholarship. So the way you process and handle rejection determines your ability to continue to push forward and persevere and apply for the scholarships you need. And so a winning scholarship mindset first begins with the thought process that you can achieve anything you want to achieve in life. That there's nothing that can stop you. If you set your mind to it, if you persevere, if you commit and you are consistent, those are the top two things, two of the top things you'll ever need to be successful in life. You first have to commit. Make a commitment. Commitment is simply doing what you said you would do long after the initial feelings you had in that moment have left. I'll say it again. Y'all forgive me on IG. Somebody was calling me. I'll say it from the top. 2 things you will need to be successful in anything you desire to do in life. Commitment and consistency. Commitment and consistency. I'll type it in the chat. See how I have it. Commitment and consistency. Same thing goes for scholarships. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Commitment and consistency. First, commitment is defined as doing what you said you would do long after the initial feeling you had in that moment has left. Commitment. Doing what you said you would do long after the initial feeling you had in that moment has left. Let me give you an example. So I said at 17 years old, I would go to college and graduate debt-free. I told myself, if I have to go to college and take out student loans, I'm not going. I will not be going to school if I have to go to college and take out student loans. And so I had to commit to the process, even when I got started and I got 12 rejection letters before I got my first acceptance letter. I received 12 people telling me no before one person told me yes. And when those no's came and they came to my door and I opened the letters and saw that I hadn't been selected as a recipient, I had to process that rejection as no means not now. You told me no right now, but that doesn't mean you won't tell me yes later. Now, consistency, how does that complement or supplement commitment? Consistency is simply doing the things you need to do to produce the results. Many times we say we're going to do something, we start doing it, but when it comes to being consistent, when you need to apply for 3 scholarships every week, or when you need to find 5 scholarships every day, you won't do it consistently. You'll start and you'll stop. You'll do it consistently for 2 weeks. You'll meet with me for 3 weeks. And then you'll say, oh, life came up. Let me go take care of this, which I completely understand. I've been there, done that. Still going through some of those things right now and having to work through it. But when you need to get back on the ball and be consistent again, you drop the ball and you're not consistent. You cannot get where you want to go in life if you stop making progress. This is why we say all the time at D4d Degrees, progress, not perfection. If you're starting here, the only way you'll get to the finish line over here is if you're consistent and you're committed. You'll have to show up every day and put in the work. You have to take a step. You have to keep walking. You have to keep moving, because the moment you stop remaining consistent, your progress comes to a standstill. You halt. You are forced in your position to stay where you are because you didn't take another step. You didn't find another scholarship. You didn't write another essay. You didn't do the work that was required for you to be successful. So don't, most definitely, I appreciate it. Don't expect something for nothing. You have to put the work in. So winning scholarship mindset, no means not now. Commitment and consistency. But this is the thing that pushed me during my senior year of high school. And if you don't know, I applied for more than 30 scholarships in 5 months as a high school senior. I applied for more than 30 scholarships in 5 months as a high school senior in 2015. And I won 14 of them, totaling more than $100,000. I knew I needed the money. My back was up against the wall. And I won those 14 scholarships with a lot of hard work, dedication, persistence, support, people in my corner, people editing my essays. Those 14 scholarships totaled more than $100,000, putting me in a position to go to Virginia Tech in the fall of 2015. Literally, that money was tied to me. I could go anywhere I wanted to go. I chose Virginia Tech, and I don't have on a Virginia Tech hoodie. Y'all forgive me, Hokie Nation. I have on a Harvard hoodie today. It's just what I decided to throw on. I decided to go to Virginia Tech. Not a full ride, because I didn't win one scholarship that would pay for it all. I applied for several scholarships, and they were outside scholarships from different organizations and different communities and different places. Those 14 scholarships put me in a position to walk into that university for the first time ever and not have to pay anyone to get my education, not have to owe anyone. Let me say it correctly, not have to owe anyone to get my education. And when I was there, I realized in the first semester I was there, I started doing the math. I said, I don't have enough to get past the first year and a half of college. I have to continue to apply. And that's exactly what I did. I doubled my earnings over 4 years at Virginia Tech and built D4d Degrees from nothing. I literally built it out in my dorm room, built D4d Degrees, and graduated last year in 2019, having earned more than $200,000 in scholarships. And the top reason why that happened, I'm going to say this, we're 7 minutes out from closing out today, but I'm going to say this. The number one reason why that happened was because I had this overarching mindset in my head, overarching mindset in my head. Hard work pays off. Doesn't matter how hard things get. Doesn't matter how many times I think I'm going to fail. It doesn't matter how many times I question whether or not this is going to work out for me. Hard work pays off. If I put in the work, this has to pay off for me. If I'm diligent, if I'm committed, if I'm consistent, if I persevere, if I am persistent, this has to pay off. It always has in the past, and it won't stop now. And so when I say hard work pays off, I'm going to look at it and we're going to break it down today. This is going to be an eye-opener for some people. You are either going to work before you earn your degree or you're going to work after. I'm going to say it again. You will either work to earn that degree debt-free or with little to no debt before you cross the stage, or you will spend the next 40 plus years of your life working to pay it off. I hope this settles in your mind. You will either put in the work to apply for these scholarships and make sure you submit your FAFSA every year. And by the way, that opened on October 1st. So if you haven't submitted it, go ahead, get ready and submit it. I encourage you to get it done by the end of this month. This month is almost over. Maybe you didn't know. Get it done ASAP, because you want to make sure you are able to earn or receive the maximum amount of federal funding. Your institution will use your FAFSA information to see if they can match you to any grants, to see which scholarships you're available for, to see if you can earn work study, like all these different things. Submit your FAFSA. It opens the doors for you to earn money for free. Earn free money to go to college and to earn a degree, to obtain an education. Your FAFSA, your free application for federal student aid. And if you need help, leave a comment and I'll be happy to respond and get that information to you. You will either work prior to you earning your degree, or you will work 10 times harder after you've earned your degree to pay it off. So let's look at it from two perspectives, and then we're going to close out after this. But I put in all this work prior to May 17th of 2019 when I crossed the stage last year. I grinded. I got up at 5 a.m. to apply for scholarships. I went without sleep several days to make sure I had applications done. And I was finding the scholarships I need. I sacrificed. It was not easy. But having crossed the stage last year and being a year and some change out from graduation, I've realized that all that hard work paid off, because I don't owe anyone a student loan. Sally Mae isn't calling my phone and asking me where my payment is this month. They're not increasing my interest rates because I'm in forbearance or I've defaulted on my student loan. They're not doing that. I don't owe anyone anything. But there are many students, many parents, and many families who are in the opposite position. They owe student loan providers. They owe student loan services. And so the time they had when they could have applied for scholarship, everyone wasn't exposed to that information. Everyone didn't have an experience like me. But for those of you who are in a position, you're in high school, you're in middle school, and you're thinking about college, be ahead of the game, because the system is built on your negligence. I'll say it one more time. The system is built on your negligence, what you neglect to know. And it's also built on your ignorance, what you don't know by default. Oftentimes they keep information from you because it puts more money in their pockets. I'll say it one more time. They keep information from you. And this applies heavily to social media. And that's a whole different conversation. I'll touch on it briefly, but you don't realize how much people make off of you by the free time you spend on social media. You think you get an opportunity to keep up with your friends and post your business and all these things. But these advertising companies and Facebook and Instagram, Facebook owns Instagram now, they're making millions of dollars off of you. And they're making it off of your attention because their algorithms are learning you. They know more about you than you think. That's why you see certain things every day, or you see certain things at certain times of the days. Or they send you notifications that someone just tagged you in a photo, but they don't show you which photo they tagged you in. Social media is crazy. That's why I don't spend a lot of time on it. But that's a whole different conversation. But what I'm saying is many times people didn't apply for scholarships. They didn't do the work before graduation. So they owe people for their education. And they will spend the next 40 plus years of their life, that's the average estimate, trying to repay their student loans in what is known as the rat race. That's what is known. Americans go through a system that's built for you to lose. It's not built for you to win. You go work for someone else and get them just enough. I've heard this several times. A job, and I'm not throwing a shot at anyone. A job is just over broke. You get just enough to pay your bills, maybe put a little to the side, take a trip, but you have to keep going to that job to have just enough to make sure you eat tomorrow. You have enough to pay your car note, and you have enough to do X, Y, and Z. They don't put you in a position to have freedom. They put you in a position to be down. I will write a book. They put you in a position to be chained by your ignorance and your negligence. And so my hope is that you don't take the path that many people have taken. My hope is that you develop a winning scholarship mindset and you put yourself in a position to be free. Freedom of time, freedom of mind, freedom of money, and freedom to live your life on your terms and not be bound or confined to what someone else requires of you or what they ask of you. That's all I have for y'all today. 30 minutes. Any questions, any comments or concerns? A winning scholarship mindset. This was a good conversation just to help you see things from a different perspective. And please know that no means not now. You will need to be committed and consistent to win. And you will also need to remind yourself that hard work pays off, because you'll either work hard before you earn that degree or you'll work hard after you've earned it to pay it off. It's your choice. But a winning scholarship mindset tells you that hard work will pay off if I put it in before. So let me keep working. Let me keep my pedal to the metal. Let's get this money so I can graduate from college debt-free. Because this experience as a debt-free graduate is so beautiful. It's so free. It's so relaxing. I don't have to worry about how I'm going to pay back $30,000 in student loans or any of that, because I don't owe anyone any student loans. I want that same thing for you. That's right. Let's go. I want that same exact thing for you, but you're going to have to put in the work. I can't work for you. You're going to have to put in the work. I love you. If you have a question or comment, drop it below. I will see you this Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for D4d Spiritual Sundays. We're starting a new series this Sunday. That's right, freedom. We're starting a new series this Sunday. Can't tell you what we're talking about yet, but please tune in. If you miss it, make sure you catch the replay. And share this live with somebody. Somebody needs this. They need to know how to win scholarships to graduate from college debt-free. If you want to talk with me one-on-one, the link to contact me is in my Instagram bio. It says contact Danielle. Pick the free 10-minute option. Pick the option that works best for you. We can have a conversation about it. And then if you want to catch me on YouTube, check the About page of my YouTube page. You'll also see it there. Contact Danielle. Or you can go to dough4degrees.com. I'll type in the chat, DOUGH, the number 4, degrees with an S.com. As in you're going to school to earn a degree. dough4degrees.com. The link's also on my website. That's all I have for you all today. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you soon. Make sure you stay locked in and clocked in. Y'all have a great day.